Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Henry's joining us for a Monday instead of Friday review.
Yeah, glad to be here.
And this beer should be right up your alley. Genuine, authentic, British ESB by Fuller's.
It's not just a bitter, it's extra special.
Yeah, and they made a point of saying extra special because from what I understand is the E and the S can either stand for extra or English or strong or special. So it could be English special bitter, English strong bitter.
Plus people make up stuff all the time.
Yep. This is actually a continuation of a review that I did. You know, Simon, Real Ale Guide on YouTube, he had me as a guest on his show via Skype, and he's in Wales, so has the more genuine British approach to this beer, but we're going to take the American approach to it. And it's not the first time we've done an ESB on this show. We've done the Red Hook, we did the Old Speckled Hen, which is probably more of just a regular bitter.
Yeah, maybe. I think it was also in a clear bottle or something too.
Yeah, and
so handicapped.
Yeah. So I'm ready to dive right into this. So, as far as appearance, that is amazingly clear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you could see through it, but it has a rich hue. Yeah. Certainly.
It's like a brand new penny.
Yeah, actually.
Nice. What's the head? It's off-white. Yeah, I could smell it as soon as we popped it. It smells like apple juice.
It's appley, yes. And it's not just the penny that you mentioned for color, but there's an almost coppery aroma to this.
I think it's kind of like a white wine. Like a white wine meets apple juice kind of aroma.
Yeah, definitely like a Mott's apple kind of aroma here, and it is winey in that respect.
Anyways, you want to see how it tastes?
Sure. Tastes good.
Yeah.
Might be a little too cold though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, I just reviewed this yesterday, so I already know what I'm going to say. So I might leave the floor open to you.
Sure. It tastes a little sharper than maybe would be best, and I think that's just due to the temperature. Yeah. Because this is basically fridge temp, right?
Yeah, we just took it out.
Right.
This is probably meant to be about 50 to 55 degrees. They don't.
But that's bringing out. You know, you talked about a sort of winey flavor or aroma. Right. You talked about the, you know, there's a grape quality to this, and I don't mean the sweet, sickly grape, but the kind of grape that you find in white grape juice, or even some ice wines and things like that. And I really feel that the temperature is bringing that out. When you warm this up a little, you get more of the malty character, and it's softer and smoother. It
does have, I can pick it out now, is that traditional British cereal malt. There's a dry bitterness across the middle of the tongue, like through the middle of the palate. It doesn't linger very long. As it warms, it definitely becomes a little more dry. But actually, when it's cold like this, it's actually quite refreshing.
It is. Yeah, this is surprisingly refreshing, you know, for a beer of its texture. And it does have a nice texture to it. It's funny you talk about the cereal, because with that sort of white grape, less apple now that I'm drinking it, but very much white grape, it reminds me of some like kiddie cereals almost. Not quite like Apple Jacks or something, but you know, some of the Cheerio line. It's
the more grainy, whole grain kind of.
Yeah, or stuff that's been sweetened with like grape juice and things like that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we're going to take a break, let these warm up a little, and we'll come back with our final thoughts. Alright, we are back finishing up the Fuller's ESB, and we have some nice cheese pairing here. We have Mediterranean mozzarella with basil and sun-dried tomatoes.
Delicious.
Yeah. I don't think I would call the beer delicious, but I would call it pretty tasty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, once this is warmed up, it did get far more cereally. It got you know, more malty, more delicious, and far softer on the palate. Making it, I mean, ESBs for me anyway, they're not, you know, they're not often a meal unto themselves, but they are a beverage. They're
sessionable.
Yeah, they're sessionable, but they're also very good. They're just a solid beer. It's what I would actually want if I just want a beer.
Yeah. And that's kind of, like for me, this was getting kind of on the border between a 7 and an 8. Because it's not as robust as I prefer in a beer. There's absolutely nothing about it that's turning me off. Like, it's like a tad dry. Just a tad. But drinkability on it is excellent. It's soft and like there's a surprisingly thicker than you'd expect. Goes down really smooth.
It's amazing with this food.
Yeah, and with the kind of the mozzarella cheese and the crackers here.
Crackers and cheese. It just you know, the ESB, well, a lot of English bitters in fact, lend themselves amazingly to bar food. You know, you talk about cheese and crackers or nuts or, you know, anything that you consider standard bar fare. It really just works. I mean, there's a reason they drink this in pubs.
Right.
Or at least used to.
It's not, now that it's warm, it's not like super thirst quenching, but it's definitely, it wets the palate for sure, you know. It's not like an IPA that's going to dry your mouth out.
You know, the warmer this gets, the more I like it.
Yeah. I'm noticing a caramel taste too, so there's like a rich, there's kind of a sweetness, but it's a sweetness, but it's not, it's kind of like it's a subtle note. What are you thinking as far as rating?
I'm probably going to go 8. And it's, you know, it might seem strange because I'm saying it's not novel in a lot of ways, but it's just the solidness of what it is. I mean, in its style, it holds out.
You know, I think I'm going to go 7 because there's another English ESB that I haven't reviewed yet that I've had at Mahar's many times, and which I prefer over this, which I probably would give an 8. So, anyways, that wraps it up for the Fuller's ESB Extra Special Bitter. Thanks to Henry for coming over.
Thanks for having me over, and thanks for the cheese and crackers. This is fantastic.
Yep. And be sure to go check out my duo review with Simon from Real Ale Guide. And hello, Simon. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.